At 9:44 on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus, while most of us will be relaxing during the holiday season and the break, a group of very talented students from Clover, South Carolina will be representing our community on one of the world's biggest stages. The Clover High School Marching Band is in the final stretch of preparation for not one, but two iconic performances in California. Joining us this morning here on the Live Impact studio are band director Rick Langdale, as well as Stephanie Knott from Clover School District. Thanks, you two, for joining us.
Thank you.
For taking the trip and taking the time out, because it sounds like you guys have been very busy.
Yes, ma'am.
Rick, let's talk about how Clover High School got to this point first, because you and I visited with each other several months ago, and it sounded like it was, kind of in the distance, but now we're here. How did you get to this point?
A lot of prayer and occasional naps, I think. I don't think you really say sleep. But we found out, I found out at the end of September in 2024 about the opportunity. We submitted all of our applications a few months earlier than that. And then we announced to the students first week in October last year. So, like you said, it seems like it's been a while, and it was definitely in the far distance. But we are in double digits away from our departure, and single digits as far as our rehearsals scheduled, which is terrifying, exciting, all at the same time.
It is.
So the students have been working very hard. In addition, one of the common questions I got this fall was, well, so you're preparing for the parade? And yes, we were. But we also are a competitive marching band in the largest classifications in South Carolina in 6A. And so we still competed regionally, and we still performed at our Blue Eagle home football games for Friday Night Lights. So our students, we have the largest band program that was competitive in South Carolina with just over 250 students in the band program. And then we finished our competitive season first weekend in November, capturing the bronze medal, third place finish.
Amazing. This is the Clover, the finals that we're watching right now, the finals performance there. And it looks impressive. It looks like you are champions.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was a great show. It's called The Archers. So it took some themes from Robin Hood, as well as from William Tell, which everyone can remember, either from Looney Tunes or The Lone Ranger and things like that. And so it was definitely a lot of fun to work through. And all the while, the students also were preparing for, kind of a parade in stamina and things like that. So we shifted gears kind of aggressively once we finished our competitive season. And so that's kind of what we're working towards. Parading. The parade route is officially 5.5 to 6 miles, but once you account for the space that you have to get to the route and the space after the route, it's closer to 7 miles. Yeah.
So it's endurance. This is yesterday's Christmas parade, I believe, right?
Yeah, which is only a little over a mile. And so
that's a drop in the bucket.
Absolutely. And we ended up, there was a shuttle. The Chamber of Commerce does a great job making sure everyone stays safe. So it was actually, because of how many students we have, it was a little bit easier for us to just parade back roads back to the drop-off point than to get on the shuttle. So we did add another mile to our route and definitely surprised some Clover residents as we marched through their very small streets. But it was a lot of fun, and it was exciting.
Stephanie, what does it mean for Clover High School to be representing the school district on such a large stage in front of the country?
We are so very proud of them. And we want to celebrate them and give them an appropriate send-off. So tomorrow night at 6 o'clock at Memorial Stadium, we're going to do just that. Rick and his very talented musicians are going to do this in lieu of their usual holiday concert that they might do in our auditorium. And they're going to demonstrate some of the parade skills that he's been talking about, as well as give us a snippet of the competitive show that won the awards earlier in the year that they will perform for other musicians, because there are all sorts of band-specific activities out in Pasadena for them as well, and give us a few holiday favorites. But we're looking forward to just cheering them on.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I was just showing there an image of everybody on the track field. It looks like, because you have to really practice. Now, this formation with 200 some odd kids going to be in the parade, you really have to practice this route, the 7 endurance, the shape of it all, and how you. It's harder than it looks, making those turns around streets, isn't it?
Absolutely. So those of you that are parade fans, or maybe you're soon-to-be parade fans, when you watch on New Year's Day, you see the TV corner is technically the beginning of the parade. It's very close to the tournament house, which is the Wrigley home, or one of the Wrigley homes. And so that segment is at the beginning, and then there's the turn. The turn, actually, we have a surveyed plat where they have actually measured out how exactly wide the turn is. It's a 105-degree angle turn, and part of the application process is you actually have to show the band doing the turn, and they want it to be impressive. And some bands have gotten very creative with how they do it. Some went the more traditional route. If you watched last year, Ohio State did the Nickerson turn, which is more looking like kind of like a parallelogram, turning aggressively. That's more of a military style. And then some do what would be like kind of a modified or a floating gate turn, which is what we're doing. Some of our more creative folks and friends from around the world have done some other crazy things as well. With the size of our group, and also this being our first time there, we went for the traditional floating gate turn, and our hopes that it'll be pretty cool. And so that is one of the big parts as far as the turn goes. Like in the Clover parade, there isn't a turn, and so so when we're rehearsing as far as on our campus, we use the track with our preparations. We've also painted the turn on our field and practiced that portion. We've also hijacked our bus lot behind the campus because it's a little bit wider, and so we're able to do that. So we've performed for our bus drivers and our transportation office several times each week, and I was worried that I was getting on their nerves, but every time we performed, there's been more people coming out and videoing us and cheering us on. So it's been great practice, and also it's always fun to perform for our supporters.
That's so fantastic. So for kids who have, or the students who have not performed at this level or even traveled, I would imagine a lot of them haven't traveled or been on a plane. What advice are you giving them about this experience?
So we actually had a trip meeting earlier this week where our travel partners out of Indianapolis that does a lot of our group logistics, we talked through several things as far as some of the variables, because like you mentioned and Stephanie mentioned, we're going to be there for 6 days. We leave the Sunday after Christmas and we'll be there until Saturday after New Year's. So the parade is obviously the ultimate event, but we'll perform at an event called Band Fest, which is hosted by the Tournament of Roses at Pasadena City College. And so all of the bands in the in the parade, there's 20 of us, will perform for a band-friendly crowd. And so it's a chance for you to perform for each other, celebrate. One of the parade sponsors is In-N-Out Burger. So the kids get all you can eat and carry In-N-Out Burgers, which is pretty exciting once they're finished, and they get to hang out and kind of network and be with band kids. So that will be one of the performances. And then we'll also perform for several other bands, kind of like a Friends and Family show with Bands of America, which is a circuit that we perform with. So we'll do that in Anaheim, our first day that we're there, or second day that we're there. We're also going to get to do a parade for Mickey and Minnie Mouse in Disneyland on our last full day, which is really, really exciting to perform in Disney, and we get to see the magic and be a part of the magic. So it is pretty life-changing. We have students, ages 14 and up in the program. We have about 206 students going of the program, and we're very excited. There's a lot of logistics with it, which is why I'm thankful for our travel partner, Music Travel Consultants. They get to worry about a lot of the bigger picture stuff, and I just kind of communicate with the other pieces of the puzzle. I'm actually going to release the packing list. It's a very protected thing that we've been working on with our team, and so I'm going to release that here later today so the students can kind of prepare for that. Some kids won't pack until the day before.
Oh, of course.
But some kids have been wanting to pack for months now, and my 7-year-old daughter is one of those people, so I think she's had a suitcase ready for a while.
And what is the opportunity? How is this opportunity made possible? Sponsors?
Absolutely. So the trip is just over $4,000 per student. A lot of when the students found out last October, they initially kind of started paying on that and their families. One of the things that our travel company offers is they do gift links, so then students can share with their families and friends, neighbors, and things like that. People can donate directly to their trip account. Which is a great thing. A lot of families have done that. One of our biggest fundraisers is we partner with Bank of America Stadium, and so most of the events that happen, just like the ACC Championships yesterday, we run Stand 112. So if you're ever at there for an event and you see green Pride of Clover shirts, those are our parents and our students. And so they're working towards trying to get those fees offset for regular season, but also for special things like this.
Sure.
So a lot of families have done that. We've also had individual sponsors and businesses kind of step forward to help cover costs. One of the things, we had a custom top made for the band uniform to be a little bit more specific. So it is kind of our traditional blue, but it's got clovers and roses on the sleeves. And so that's one of the things that we added. I mean, that cost alone was right at $13,000 for the students to have that for this event. So we're trying to make them look, like $1 million, but also making sure that we're not spending more than we have to spend and being good stewards of our funds.
Absolutely. All right. So what are you two most excited about for this experience, for yourselves, for the kids?
One of the things that we always say is, and we capitalize on our town's phrase of "we're the town with love in the middle." Clover is a wonderful place. It's one of the best things about, I think, the upstate of South Carolina is it's this little bit of small town feel, but the proximity to, Charlotte and different parts, and there's things for people to be, go and experience outdoors and hiking at Kings Mountain. There's also historical things as far as tying us to the Revolutionary War, and then there's just a little bit of things for everything if you're into water and water events as far as Lake Wiley and things like that. And so, but one of the things that's always said after we perform is we take our role seriously as ambassadors, as being the band from the town with love in the middle. And so that was our catchphrase when we applied to be in the Rose Parade. And that was one of the first things that was said to us when we went for our preview, whenever I told them where we were from, and they said, "Oh, the band from the town with love in the middle." I said, "That's exactly right." And so we want our parents and our students, anytime we go somewhere, that people know that we're the best performers, but we're also great people, and that we show Southern hospitality, and that we want our students to have that experience. And so tomorrow night, as Stephanie mentioned, we're performing at Memorial Stadium. So we'll be doing a little bit of the field show as far as what we're going to do for Band Fest. We're also going to there's not a track around our stadium, but we're going to kind of create a makeshift track. And so we're going to invite our audience to come out and be in the field, and they're going to experience an interactive parade, and we're partnered with the Cloverleaf Educational Foundation. Stephanie's on the board with that, and so I'm going to let her talk a little bit about some of the exciting things that we are going to do tomorrow night with them.
All right, yes, Stephanie, sounds good. As this, the flyer is up right now for folks if you want to learn more about it. December 9th, tomorrow. But yeah, go ahead, Stephanie.
Sure. We encourage the whole Clover community to come out and join us for this send-off. Cloverleaf itself was involved with a visit from the Rose Bowl president and his wife back in March, and we kicked off the fundraising campaign for the band with a gift of $5,000. And so that's one of the largest gifts the foundation has given as of late, and we want to celebrate that and honor it at our upcoming gala in March. So we also have some video production in the works for tomorrow night to begin to tell the story and share with our community the impact that the fundraising, the opportunity have all had for our students.
Absolutely. Love to hear about it and see all of these accomplishments that your team, school, district have accomplished this year. What a banner year. So enjoy the experience and go Clover.
Absolutely.
All right. Enjoy yourselves. Rick Langdale and Stephanie Knott from Clover, representing Clover High School and the school district. We wish them well. Their farewell send-off concert is tomorrow night. Hope you get to enjoy them and support them. And we will watch for you guys on January 1st. Enjoy Disneyland, too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.